AITA for showing no sympathy for my brother and my stbex-wife after the loss of their baby, and for refusing to let my parents talk to me about it. I'm getting divorced from my wife, and I'll call her my wife in the post for clarity, of a decade. We have 3 kids together, 2 school-aged and 1 preschool-aged child. The last 2 years of our marriage were rough and I had no idea why. She pretended things were all good when talking to me, but complained about me to her family and friends, nonstop. When I told her she could talk to me, she was saying her family and friends were just trying to stir some shit, and she wouldn't say I was lazy and ignored her, which was a lot of what I was told. She said we'd get back to normal once all 3 kids were in school and we had more time for us. Then I found out she was having an affair with my brother. I found out via his ex-girlfriend, who sent a photo of them kissing outside my brother's place. He broke up with her before the affair was revealed, but he said a lot of shit about her and how she was paranoid and didn't trust him, and she was proven to be right. When my wife said she was pregnant, I knew the baby was my brother's, and there was zero way for me to be the father. She tried to tell everyone she didn't know, but the 3 of us knew. She knew we hadn't had sex in years. She was using the baby to try and make me more agreeable, but I told her our marriage was over and I filed for divorce. She moved in with my brother and tried to take the kids, but I stopped her because he lives 2.5 hours away, and our school-age kids were not going to be able to make a 3-hour each-way drive to school. Temporary custody was granted to me with visitation being granted to her. My parents were shocked and angry at my brother when I told them. He tried giving me shit for making them go after him and her when she was pregnant. I muted him because I didn't want to hear the BS, but I also wanted to make sure everything in the divorce and custody went smoothly, and I hope to maintain primary custody, so I'll need to show they are better off with me. My parents did end up accepting them as a couple. I said I could understand them not giving up a child and grandchild, but I don't want to hear about them. They said they respected this. A few weeks ago my wife had a stillborn baby. She and my brother blamed me for all the stress I put her under. She said being apart from our kids as much as she is was the biggest cause of her miscarriage, and she sent a lot of vile texts and I replied to none of them. He also sent a number of them which I documented with hers. My parents came over to tell me about what happened and were shocked that I knew. They asked what I had said to my brother and wife. I told them nothing. I said I wasn't going to offer any sympathy to either of them after they did the dirty on me and fucked up mine and my kids' lives. My parents tried to talk about the loss and the baby and everything surrounding it, but I shut it down and told them I was not going to be their shoulder to cry on or listening ear. I said my wish not to hear anything about my brother or wife had not changed because they lost a baby. They left my house angry, and it took a couple of weeks for them to reach out again. They asked if I would be so rude to them again, and I said if they tried to talk about this, then yes. They asked if I had reached out to my brother and wife, and I said no. They told me they had hoped to see me at the service, and I told them it wouldn't happen. They said I didn't need to become such a cold-hearted monster, and times like these is where you put away the hate. I don't agree, but I'm willing to entertain that maybe I'm wrong. AITA?